Hi folks, Buffin here. Just wanted to make this video about an example of toxic masculinity that I saw in the news today or heard discussed in the news today. It is August 9th, 2021, and the Daily Beast, which I wouldn't probably be reading because I think it's a pretty fascist paper to begin with, had an article about a story here in Colorado where a Trumper had, a Trumper had killed his wife. That's the real story. The headline was that a police officer in the trial told said in the trial that the wife had been having an affair and for a year or something like that. And this doesn't relate to the trial. The reason why I mention it is because this is an example of toxic masculinity. There's the side story in an example of fascism, because the side story that does relate to the trial is the Trumper who murdered his wife sent in her ballot and voted for Trump. It's the only example that I've heard of, it's the only example I know of in Colorado of voter fraud. We have 100% mail-in ballots. You don't have to show an ID to send in your ballot. I mean, it's like all the stuff that the Republicans are fighting for are completely against what we have in Colorado, and our 100% mail-in ballot system has provided us legal weed and a lot of other good things in Colorado that we've been able to vote for. So, I believe in our democracy, and I believe that we're running it pretty well, that the mail system's pretty well done because they can track everything. And the only example we have is fraud, and that's the only side story to the fact that this guy killed his wife. The fact that they want to make another side story about it instead of having the focus be, and this guy is the only example of fraud in Colorado, voting his wife's ballot for Trump. There's a really twisted element where they're trying to suggest that this is why he murdered her, as if that's justified. They're trying to present her having an affair with somebody as a reason for murder. And these people will complain about the certain cultures where they do honor killings, which are terrible, and people should complain about that. But when your own culture is doing basically the same thing, when people in your own Trumpy culture are, killing people for infidelity or whatever, that's the same thing, and you have no room to criticize. You should criticize yourself first, like it says in the Bible, like, look not into the speck in your brother's eye till you look into the beam in your own. And you can't support that. They support it by appealing to people who believe in that type of thing. They support it, the Daily Beast supports it by running that headline to try to get people's attention. And it just makes me think, all these people who get the clickbait headlines and get all the attention from all the trolls and all the Trumpers, yeah, it results in advertising dollars or whatever for now. But someday soon, it's going to be seen, hey, when all your attention comes from the worst people, we don't want you as a company. We don't want your business, we don't want to engage in your business and support your business. And we'll be able to track all that stuff pretty soon, the way technology is. So you won't have to put up with this stuff and these messages coming from these bad fascist media platforms, because they're basically trying to tell people, well, he had a reason for killing his wife. No, he didn't. And they're trying to support that. And a lot of people do think that way in America. We need to root it out in America just like we need to root it out in the rest of the world. This honor killing stuff is evil and wrong. So we'll take care of it, and we need to take care of it in the media because it's wrong for that lawyer to have been able to ask and get the police officer to say that. It's wrong for the other lawyer not to object or the judge to allow it. But it's especially wrong for the media, any media, to report it, and to report it that way, as if that even matters. It doesn't matter what magazine subscription she had for a year before he killed her. What matters is he killed her. And then if there's another story, it's that he sent in her ballot for Trump. And they're trying to cover that up by making the story about something else, which is especially fascist. Thanks for watching.